within our county from the latest news, weather, traffic and travel, you name it. And when we hear about very special and unique events, we just get all nice and warm and tingly inside. And there is a very exciting event happening at the St David's Cathedral, and it is the place for it, as the band of the Welsh Guards will be performing right here in Pembrokeshire on the 3rd of March, and we are super stoked. And to tell us more about it, I have Lieutenant Colonel Coombes, aka Sir Mr. Coombes, my old science teacher, with us here. Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's great to see you.
And you? Yeah, it's been a long time.
I know, a very long time. I mean, I left school, crikey, 2 decades ago now. I know.
Really?
Yeah. Really.
That's a long time.
I know you retired in 2016, so have you been enjoying some of that downtime?
Yes, it's plenty more time to do things that I've always wanted to do. More fishing and the ABF. I became the chair of the David Army Benevolent Fund, the ABF, just over a year ago. And of course, we had lockdown straight away, and so nothing happened for a very long time. But I was very lucky to go to Margam Orangery last November. It was a Christmas concert that the Welsh Guards were putting on. It was excellent. And at the end of it, I talked to the director of music, Major Lauren Petrich Watt. And at the end of it, she said, wouldn't it be nice if the Welsh Guards could play in other places in Wales? And she brought up, what about St David's on St David's Day? I thought, that'd be a good idea. So when we got back, I contacted St David's Cathedral, and I met with the Dean and the Canon Lee Richardson. And they were very, very enthusiastic. Turned out that Canon Lee was, in fact, a chaplain for the Royal Mons Royal Engineers.
Oh, wow.
And the Royal Welsh 3RW, which is my old regiment from many years ago. And so, yes, please, but it couldn't be the first. The first is St David's Day on a Wednesday, as you know. And they had a concert on that night, which has been broadcast by radio. But Dr. Jones said, why don't we have it on the 3rd? It'll be part of the week of celebrations of St David's Day and so on. And so I went back to the Welsh Guards and they said, yep, you're on.
Fantastic.
And so it's been a very short time to reorganise and all the rest of it, but it's on for the 3rd March, as you said. Doors open at 7, concert begins at 7:30, and it finishes at 9:20. After there's a 20-minute interval in between after 2 45-minute sessions. Now, you need a ticket to get into it. And the tickets you can get from the QR code on your website, I believe. You've got
we've got it up there now. Yeah, posradio.com. Head on over there, yeah.
And there are posters around Haverfordwest, and I think there are flyers going out into St David's and so on. So you just click the QR code, and that'll bring up your ticket. Now, the concert's free.
Fab.
But you can have a donation to the Army Benevolent Fund and St David's. And so it could be £5, as you see on the ticket, £5, £10, £15, or nothing. It's up to you. Whatever's raised at the concert will be split 50-50 between the ABF and St David's. So they've got some different projects running, and they need money for that because they don't get any money from anywhere else.
Yeah, no, it's a wonderful, wonderful facility, a great place to have this event. It was really funny going back to their schooling days. Everyone knew that you were ex-military because it was always known that you might be called up at any time. Or I think I even actually, I do recall actually, I think having a supply teacher one time because you were called up. Is that right?
Yep. In fact, I volunteered. We went to Iraq.
Yeah.
In 2007 for Optelic 10.
Yeah, I recall this. Yeah,
and as it happens, Canon Lee and I were there together.
Oh, really?
So
what a wonderful story.
Well, we never met, but my last 2 months at the end of 2007 were his first 2 months. So we were both in Basra together at the same time.
Wow. Phenomenal. So I guess this, very, very close to your heart, but what a wonderful idea to be able to bring the band of the Welsh Guards to Pembrokeshire.
Well, they're really looking forward to it. The director of music is beside herself. She will also have an interview on your radio soon. I'm still to sort that out, but she will be on here very, very shortly.
Oh, fantastic. A wonderful, wonderful backdrop, a wonderful, wonderful area to have it, a great destination. The cathedral just lends to a sound like that. And if nobody has seen the band of the Welsh Guards, because obviously, this is the reason why you wanted to bring it to Pembrokeshire, you want to showcase it. Well, what can people expect?
It's the full band. They'll be right in the centre of the nave. and so they can get 500 people in there as well as the band. The acoustics are absolutely spot on, from what I'm told, and so they'll be playing a lot of military tunes plus other sort of well-known tunes to sort of make everybody feel happy. But the sound is going to be immense. I mean, I was lucky to go up to Troop in the Colour some years ago, and that's an event on itself, with many of the collective bands. And so if you really like military music, this is just for you. If you've never ever seen a military band, I reckon you need to go to this in order to immerse yourself in this wonderful backdrop of sound. It'll be quite something. You'll never forget it.
It really is.
It's a free concert.
I mean, yeah, I was just about to touch on it. It's a great taster for anybody that maybe hasn't seen anything like this, because, like I said, all you're after is a little donation. And please donate, by the way. You know, support the Cathedral, support the ABF. They do some wonderful work for military personnel and ex-military and veterans. I think what is, very special about these events is like you said, it not only immerses you, but it makes you appreciate the standard and the quality of musicians that are available in this band.
They're the top of their profession. You don't get into the Welsh Guards for a start, and they're usually very good. And they only pick the best for the musicians. It's not a big band by any means. There's only 38 of them, so the competition to get into there is huge. They only take the best.
As you say, only 38, but when they're all playing in harmony, my goodness me, is that a big sound?
It is a very big sound.
Phenomenal.
Especially in such a confined space.
Yeah.
It's going to be something else.
It's going to be very, very special. So I mean, in your role, I guess, as sort of the ambassador, lots going on around the area now.
I mean, there's several projects in Pembrokeshire alone. I mean, obviously, being Dyfed, it goes up to Ceredigion and Carmarthenshire, but being just in Pembrokeshire. For example, the VC Gallery, just on the hill, 50 yards from here, where they tackle isolation by combating loneliness. I mean, they got sort of breakfast clubs, and you can go in and just have a chat. They got lots of little projects going on. Example, on Monday they were doing some metal detector work. Tuesday they were up at. They got an allotment down near St Ishmael's.
Yeah, they do the dig for victory.
Dig for victory.
Yeah. We've covered that a few times. Brilliant.
And on Fridays they have walks. So there's one this Friday. And so you can come along at any time. Just call in and go for a walk, or dig for victory, or do some metal detecting, or you just go inside. They do some photography and other artwork. So it really, it's up to you to turn up and see what they've got. It can certainly combat loneliness if you are out there and very lonely.
Yeah, a lot of love to Barry and all the team at the VC Gallery. They do an excellent job.
Yes. Down at Pembroke, the Royal Welsh Regiment Association, they're a focal point for former members of the regiment. And again, if you are lonely and you need some help and you've got financial problems, these are the places you need to go. And there's, of course, the Armed Forces Veterans Breakfast Club down in Milford Haven, which is a very, very similar thing, where serving members or veterans can go along and have some breakfast and mingle and have some banter, which is something they may have forgotten about down the years.
Yeah.
And finally, in Kidwelly, I know, that's over the border a bit, sort of a wider part of this, Equus Ferris. This is, you can go along and they've got therapy horses. And so you work with therapy horses and it helps you to calm down. And a lot of people, this is not just veterans, but other folks who go along. And it brings an inner calmness which they've lost. And over a period of time, it helps them an awful lot. And good for their well-being and mental health.
Yeah, it's amazing what animals can do actually to help with people and support, especially our veterans. I think often very much forgotten about. Once a year we get that very strong, poignant reminder, but all year round, we have lots of veterans here in Pembrokeshire. So please just let them know about this. Either listen back to it, purewestradio.com, on all the socials as well, and on the YouTube, because it's always well worth knowing what's going on. Because as you say, get together, have some banter, go for a walk, get your metal detectors out. Go and find some little nuggets, but it's a great way of once again getting socialising, and of course you can do your bit as well by supporting our veterans. Neil, it's going to be one great night this with the band of the Welsh Guards. Friday the 3rd of March, St David's Cathedral. Have an absolute blast. I'm sure a few of the team will be there, and we look forward to it.
Thank you very much.
thank you for coming to the studio.
Anytime.
It's great to see you all these years on.
Certainly
And
is.
not to be learning about the periodic table
Oh,
and
my goodness
talking
me.
about something definitely more my cup of tea.
Thank you again.
Pleasure. Thanks, Neil. Absolute star. More details of that event can be found online right now, purewestradio.com. And all you got to do is scan that QR code, get your free tickets right now. But make a donation, please. Charlie Puth on the way after David Guetta, Becky Hill and Ella Henderson. It's crazy what love can do.
Wrap me up in diamonds, cover me in gold, but nothing they could buy me made my heart whole.